Hello, bookleaguers! I have a really fun book for you. It's called I Turned My Mom into a Unicorn, written and illustrated by Brenda Lee. This is a funny, thankful story, and it's quirky and funny just like all of her stories. This is book 1 of the Ted and Friends series. I am going to link to the rest of those in the description below, as well as the rest of Brenda Lee's really funny books, including The Girl Who Makes a Million Mistakes. You're going to love this one. Let's go. Once upon a time, there was a giraffe named Ted. Ted's mom was always mad in the morning. Put on your underpants. She was always grumpy in the afternoon. Pick up your toys. She was also very grumpy at night. Go to sleep.
Mom is always grumpy,
Ted thought to himself.
I wish she would turn into a happy unicorn.
As he wished upon a star, he fell asleep. The next morning, a rainbow sparkled across the sky. Ted went into the kitchen. His wish came true. His mom did turn into a unicorn.
Yay!
Right away, they played together. The unicorn showed Ted how to make rainbows and gold coins. They ate their favorite food and acted silly together. Oh no, they even made a mess together. It was their happiest day ever. But soon it was bedtime. Ted looked at his empty bedroom. Mommy was not there. He missed her yummy pancakes and missed her at the park. He missed Mommy's bedtime stories and missed her bedtime kisses.
I want my mommy back!
Then something magical happened. Poof! Mommy came back! Ted jumped with joy. He gave his mom a big hug and said,
I'm so sorry, Mommy. I will never turn you into a unicorn again.
The next morning, Ted put on his pants and picked up his toys. Mommy gave him a present for being such a good boy. He opened up the present.
A unicorn doll!
He yelled. He was super happy.
Thank you, Mommy.
Ted whispered.
I love it. And I love you even more.
Always be thankful for what you have. The end. Bonus! Look and find. How many pizzas are there? How many pig donuts can you find? How many rainbows can you find? How many stars are there? Never Let a Unicorn Scribble, written and illustrated by Diane, Alber. But without further ado, let's go.
I recently got a pet unicorn. I know it's hard to believe, but it's true. And everybody keeps telling me, never let a unicorn scribble. Why would anyone say such a thing? I mean, unicorns can run on rainbows, so why can't they scribble? I thought if I gave her just one crayon, what could go wrong? Well, I'll tell ya, she ate it. Now my favorite bright pink crayon was traveling to the belly of my unicorn. This is probably why people are saying unicorns should never scribble, because they eat crayons. Then it occurred to me, maybe unicorns don't know how to use crayons. So I gathered all my crayons and started to scribble. I made a blue scribble, a pink scribble, a yellow scribble, and even a thought I would give her another chance to scribble. I took out a teal crayon and placed it right in front of her. And she ate half of it! Listen to me, Unicorn. We do not eat crayons. We draw with them. But then I realized a unicorn couldn't hold a crayon like I could. Maybe that was why she was eating them. I had an idea. Maybe if I tied a few crayons to her horn, that would help her scribble. Within seconds, glitter scribbles started shooting out like water from a fire hose. Sparkling rainbow scribbles were everywhere. They were on the floor, on the ceiling, on the walls. They were even on my lamp. I've been begging my mom to redecorate my room for a while now, but I don't think this is what she had in mind. Then I heard a noise down the hall. This was it. I was going to be in so much trouble. I popped out of my room and blocked the door. Before my mom could say anything, I started to explain the mess she was about to see. Well, it all started when I heard to never let a unicorn scribble. But I had to find out why, so I gave my unicorn a crayon and then she ate it. Then I tried to teach her to scribble, but then she ate another crayon. So I tied the crayons to her horn, and boy, was that horn magical. The scribbles started shooting out like a water fountain, and they were so sparkly, but it made such a mess, and I'm sorry. My mom peeked around the corner and smiled.
You didn't make a mess. You made a glowing masterpiece.
When I turned around, all the scribbles were right on my easel. Not on the ceiling, not on the walls, not on my lamp. They were all on one big piece of paper, and it was the most amazing art ever. All this time, people wanted to stop unicorns from scribbling. It could be because they eat crayons, or because it's so messy. But if my unicorn had never scribbled, she would have never learned how to make this masterpiece. So the next time you hear a unicorn shouldn't scribble, just remember, all great art starts with a scribble. And even unicorns have to start somewhere. The end.
Never Let a Unicorn Meet a Reindeer, written and illustrated by Diane Alber. Without further ado, let's go.
I really wanted a reindeer for my birthday, but not just any reindeer. I wanted one of Santa's reindeer. I figured since it's summer, Santa could just have one of his reindeer come and visit, and then she could go back in time for Christmas. But there was just one problem. How would I get a hold of Santa in the middle of summer? So I did the only thing I could think of. I wrote a letter. Dear Santa, I know you don't usually bring birthday presents, but I was hoping you could have one of your reindeer come visit for the summer for my birthday. That would be the best birthday present ever. Sincerely, Reindeer Fan. I quickly put it in the mailbox and hoped for the best. It was the day of my birthday. I had a reindeer party theme and even a reindeer welcome sign. But not one reindeer. Just when I thought I was hopeless, I heard a knock at the door. Could this be true? Did I actually get a reindeer? And there was a letter too!
Dear Reindeer Fan, I'm so glad you wrote to me. The reindeer are always looking for something to do during the summer. This is Kiki. She likes to eat carrots and listen to Christmas songs. But please, whatever you do, do not let her meet any unicorns. Sincerely, Santa. Ho, ho, ho.
Why would Santa say such a thing? Unicorns get along with every animal. Maybe he didn't mean my unicorn. Maybe he meant wild unicorns. Within seconds, my unicorn came rushing down the hall and was face to face with Kiki. I was hoping they would be best friends. Unfortunately, I was wrong. Turns out, these two were very competitive. On the first day, it started with whose horns were better. The next week, they tried to see who could fly better. Not long after that, they compared their donut stacking skills. This went on all the way until December. It was driving me bananas. Then I heard an envelope fly under the door. I opened the door, but no one was there. It looked like it was another letter from Santa.
Dear Reindeer fan, we have a big problem, and I'm hoping you can help. There is supposed to be a big storm coming in on Christmas Eve, and usually I have one of my reindeer light the way. But I don't think it will be enough light for the dark clouds. I'm getting really worried. If I don't come up with a solution soon, I won't be able to see where I'm going, and all the kids won't get presents. Do you have any ideas? Sincerely, Santa. Ho, ho, ho.
Oh no! We have to help Santa! There is only 1 week before Christmas. What can we do? Kiki remembered how Unicorn had made her crayon scribbles sparkle so bright and how amazing she could fly. Unicorn could help save Christmas! Kiki told Unicorn she thought her sparkling scribbles could light the way and create a path for Santa. She hoped that Unicorn would come back to the North Pole with her. Unicorn loved the idea, and the two of them quickly flew off into the night. A week had passed, and I couldn't wait to wake up on Christmas morning. To my surprise, Unicorn and Kiki were waiting for me by the tree. I couldn't believe it! They pointed to the amazing rainbow outside and told me about their adventures and how they saved Christmas! It seemed like these two truly became best friends after all. I never found out why Santa didn't want his reindeer to meet a unicorn. Maybe it was because they're super competitive. Either way, now you know, if you see a rainbow on Christmas morning, you'll know a unicorn met a reindeer. The end.
The Unicorn Who Sold 0 Cupcakes? It's a story about not giving up by Brenda Lee. I will link the rest of the Ted and Friends books in the description below, as well as Brenda Lee's other funny books, including The Girl Who Makes a Million Mistakes. That's a great one. But so is this one, so let's go. This is Ted. Ted is a giraffe. This is his unicorn friend. Her name is Unicorn.
Hi!
Unicorn wants to sell cupcakes, and Ted likes the idea. One day, they decide to set up a cupcake stand at the park. Ta-da! The cupcake stand is all set up. They are very eager to start selling.
Cupcakes! Cupcakes! Come get your cupcakes!
Unicorn cries out loud to the people walking by, but no one wants to buy. So Unicorn pulls out a very loud megaphone.
Cupcakes! Cupcakes! Come get your cupcakes!
Still, no one wants to buy.
Maybe this is a bad idea.
Bonk,
Maybe the cupcakes are too small.
suggests Unicorn.
Maybe the icing looks like something stinky. Let's try to make a bigger cupcake.
Unicorn continues.
Just a little bit bigger. Ta-da!
Still, no one wants to buy.
is not working,
Ted cries.
let's just go home. Not so soon.
Replies Unicorn.
There has to be a way. Let me think. Aha! I have an idea. We're gonna dance and perform to get people's attention.
Unicorn is excited for her new idea. So Unicorn starts to perform ballet. She leaps and twirls beautifully. Just as planned, Unicorn starts to get everyone's attention. Next, she plays a merry tune on her trumpet and runs on a ball while Ted juggles cupcakes on one foot. Ta-da! Wow! What an amazing performance! Everyone is cheering and clapping. Then everyone walks away. Yet again. The entire day goes by. Unicorn and Ted sold 0 cupcakes. None.
See, I told you. Bad idea. Selling cupcakes is a bad idea. I'm tired and hungry and I'm going to eat.
Ted grabs a cupcake.
So, you got sprinkles? Sprinkles?
Unicorn replies.
The stuff that goes on top? I forgot. What? You forgot?
Shrieks Ted.
How can a cupcake not have sprinkles? No sprinkles! No sprinkles! No wonder no one wants our cupcakes. We are missing sprinkles. Let me think again. Aha! I have another idea.
Unicorn prepares to create something. She concentrates. And concentrates some more. And poof! Out comes sparkly sprinkles into the sky. It's raining sprinkles! Ted quickly catches them with the cupcakes. Everyone now is super excited.
Yay! Sprinkles!
Look, it works! The cupcakes are sparkling with sprinkles, and now everyone wants to buy them. Soon the cupcakes are sold out. Nothing is left. Unicorn and Ted are exhausted. But wow, it was all worth it. Good thing they never gave up.
I knew it was a good idea.
The end.
Hot dogs! Come get your hot dogs! You forgot ketchup.
Bonus activities! Find the cupcake with a cherry on top. Which cupcake has a unicorn in it? Who is eating a cupcake? Count the blue cupcakes. How many green cupcakes are there? How many pink cupcakes do you see? Never Let a Unicorn Get Spots, written and illustrated by Diane Alber. But let's get right into this one. Let's go.
I'm not sure how it happened, but today I woke up and my pet unicorn was covered in spots. I had to do a close examination of these spots to see what I was dealing with. So I got out my doctor bag and found my magnifying glass to get a closer look. It was just as I suspected. She got a case of the silly spots. She must have gotten them when we were telling jokes yesterday. Those knock-knock jokes were pretty hilarious. At first, these spots seemed pretty harmless, but then my unicorn sneezed. And unicorn to get spots, but once she has them, how do you get rid of them? I needed to come up with a remedy, and quick. So I thought if I covered them up with bandages, like you cover up a scrape, maybe that would make the spots go away. I went into my doctor bag and got some bandages. I put one on every spot. I waited for a bit, but when I took them off, the spots were still there. Maybe I could wash them off. If it works for germs, maybe it would work for spots. But the spots were still there. This was all making me very tired, and it looked like my unicorn was getting tired too. So I covered her with a nice cozy blanket and climbed into bed. Maybe, just maybe, getting some sleep would help. When I woke up, my unicorn was missing! Where did she go? I searched everywhere in my room, but my unicorn was nowhere to be found! I ran to check the rest of the house. As soon as I reached the hallway, I saw the most amazing spot art ever! As it turned out, while I was sleeping, my unicorn was busy making spots! It was the only thing I didn't think of! She had to make spots to get rid of them! I can see why people say never let a unicorn get spots. They are really hard to get rid of. But without those spots, we would have never known the healing power of art! The end. Here is some extended learning that you can do. Press pause and you can go through this. But really, it comes down to doing some cool art and some cool crafts. And also washing your hands and not spreading germs. But on top of art, don't forget to keep reading.
Corn Slime Rescue by Brenda Lee. This is a story about helping others. I'll link the other Ted and Friends books in the description below, as well as Brenda Lee's other super funny books, including The Girl Who Makes a Million Mistakes. You're going to love that one, and you're definitely going to love this one. So let's go. This is Ted. He is a giraffe. This is his unicorn friend. Her name is Unicorn.
Hi!
Ted and Unicorn love slime. Today, they brought home some sticky slime to play with.
Hi, Mom!
But the slime was dripping everywhere. No slime in the house, said Ted's mom. It's too messy. The kids quickly turned back.
Bye, Mom!
Searching for the perfect place to play with sticky slime, Ted and Unicorn walked into the woods. They saw Mr. Egg on the ground. He had just fallen off a wall.
Are you okay? What happened?
Unicorn asked. I went to sit on the wall, Mr. Egg replied, but I keep falling off.
I have an idea! I think we can help!
Unicorn said. Unicorn spread the sticky slime on top of the wall. The slime acted like glue, keeping Mr. Egg safe on the wall. Yay! I'm never going to fall again, Mr. Egg said happily. Thank you for your kindness. After helping Mr. Egg, Unicorn and Ted continued searching for the perfect place to play with sticky slime. On the way, they see Little Pig, who looks sad.
What's wrong, Little Pig?
Asked Unicorn.
My house is made of hay,
replied Little Pig.
I'm worried that the big bad wolf will blow it down.
We can help,
Ted exclaimed. They started to patch the house with slime, making it stronger. They even glued the house to the ground. Ta-da! Soon the big bad wolf came along. He tried to huff, and he tried to puff, but the house was still standing strong. After a few tries, he gave up and walked away. Little Pig was safe.
Thank you!
After saving Little Pig from the big bad wolf, Unicorn and Ted continued searching for the perfect place to play with sticky slime. This time, they bumped into a crying mama monkey.
What's wrong?
Asked Unicorn.
My kids won't stop jumping on the bed,
Mama Monkey replied. They keep bumping their heads. She brought them to her house.
I tried calling the doctor,
she said, but all he said was, no more jumping on the bed. Of course they didn't listen.
Don't worry,
Unicorn exclaimed.
I think we can help.
Quickly, they spread the rest of the slime onto the bed. Done! All the kids were then stuck to the bed. No one bumped their heads anymore.
Oh, thank you so much,
said Mama Monkey. At the end of the day, Unicorn and Ted did not find a place to play with sticky slime. In fact, they used up all their slime to help others, but they still walked home with a big smile, feeling happy and satisfied. Why? Because they help so many people, and being kind makes them feel good about themselves. The kids arrived home, surprised to see chocolate eggs, mud pie, and a pile of bananas. There were also thank you cards.
Dear Unicorn and Ted, thank you for being so kind and helping me on the wall. The slime helped, and I never fell off again. Enjoy these chocolate eggs from Egg.
Thank you for saving me from the big bad wolf. The slime is so strong. Made you my favorite mud pie. Oink, Little Pig. Thank you so much for your kindness.
My kids don't jump on the bed anymore. The slime is great. Hope you like bananas. XOXO, Mama Monkey.
Wow, looks like you have done some great work today,
said Ted's mom.
Here is a reward for being so helpful,
Ted's mom continued.
A brand new tub of slime. Slime maybe isn't so bad after all. The two of you are now allowed to play with it right here at home.
Hooray!
At last, Unicorn and Ted have found the perfect place to play with sticky slime. Soon after, Ted's mom heard chuckles and giggles coming out of Ted's room. She opened the door. Clean up that mess! The end. The moral of the story is to always be kind and never play with slime in the house. Bonus activities! Find the different one! How many monkeys are there? Check out the description for the rest of Brenda Lee's books. Bye-bye. Never Let a Unicorn Crash a Party, written and illustrated by Diane Alber. But without further ado, let's go.
This is my pet unicorn. Over the past couple of months, we have really gotten to know each other, and I discovered something pretty awesome about her. She loves parties. She loves Scribble parties. She loves dance parties. She loves tea parties. She even loves cleaning parties. I wanted our next party to be the best one yet. I remembered that Unicorn's birthday is coming up, and she had never been to a birthday party. Then I thought, what is better than a birthday party? A surprise birthday party with her friends, balloons, donuts, and crafts. That will be amazing! I reached out to all of Unicorn's friends to tell them about the surprise birthday party. They loved the idea. We started planning. First, I sent out invitations. Then I made a list of everything we needed, balloons, donuts, and crafts. And lastly, I needed to get Unicorn to the party without her knowing it was a surprise. So I told her I got some new princess dresses that I had to show her, and told her to meet me tomorrow afternoon at 2 p.m. Everything was going as planned. I had the balloons, Penguin brought the donuts, and Raccoon got the crafts. All that was left was to decorate. After what seemed like forever, the decorations were up and they looked marvelous. Now all we needed was a unicorn. And we timed it perfectly! Just as Unicorn peeked through the door, we all shouted, "Surprise!" But what happened next, we didn't expect. Unicorn went bananas! She had never seen balloons before, and one actually looked just like her. She ran full speed to give it a big hug and ended up crashing into all the balloons. Unicorn was so startled by the noise that she started running in the opposite direction. She wasn't looking where she was going and crashed into the donut table. Save the donuts! I yelled. But it was too late. The donuts were flying everywhere and all the balloons had been popped. The only thing that Unicorn hadn't crashed into were the crafts. I quickly ran and grabbed all the paper to bring it to safety. What I didn't realize was that Unicorn had stepped on a donut and was sliding right toward me. Then she crashed into me. Her magical horn went right through the stack of papers and caused them to burst into glittery snippets. Unicorn finally landed on the floor belly first. I was sure the party was ruined. Then the most magical thing happened. The donuts started to float in the air, lined themselves up, and drifted onto the unicorn's horn. Then all the glitter snippets started to arrange themselves into the most fantastic mosaic art. It's safe to say that things didn't end up like we expected, but we still managed to have an amazing party and learn some new things along the way. We discovered a new art technique, saw some great donut stacking skills, and even found out what happens when a unicorn crashes a party. So the next time we have a party, absolutely no surprises. The end.
Hello, Bookleaguers. Welcome to Book League Storytime Adventures. I have a wonderful new book for you. It's called Zozo the Zebra Finds Her Sparkle, written by Sarah Mallen. This is a book about being yourself and the fact that you are wonderful just the way you are. Follow Zozo on her adventures so that she can find that out. Let's go. Zozo the zebra went out one day to drink at the pond to run and play. With a twist, a leap, and a happy cry, she chased a butterfly that fluttered by. Before she knew it, her friend needed aid. It was stuck in a web and very afraid. She sprang into action and moved with speed, untangled the web. The butterfly was freed. With a big, proud smile, Zozo turned to the pond, happy she'd been helpful and quick to respond. Then in the reflection, she caught a bright gleam, a sparkle, a shimmer, a radiant beam. Never did she dream of what she would find. A stunning unicorn, the pink sparkly kind. There it stood proudly in the morning light, her horn full of magic, a wondrous sight. Zozo felt something she hadn't before, a worry, a fear she couldn't ignore. She thought of her stripes, just black and white, no glitter, no glitz, no glamour in sight. She slumped her head low as she thought of her mane. Not rainbow, not flowy, not pretty, just plain. How could I ever befriend someone like her? I have nothing to offer, just basic dull fur. But when she looked up, tears filling her eyes, the unicorn waved and beamed with surprise.
Wow, she squealed. What you did was so kind. I couldn't help but watch. I hope you don't mind. Zozo went to respond, but what could she say? All that came out was a loud, awful "Nay!" The unicorn applauded her for the great feat and said, I'd love to be friends with someone so sweet. Friends with me? Asked Zozo. But aren't I too bland? You have sparkles and rainbows. I don't understand. You're not bland. You're simply divine. Your colors, your contrast, your lovely design. And beauty is not how we look on the out. It's the magic and sparkle from inside that counts. One's colors and magic mean nothing at all if you're mean to others and make them feel small. You help someone else without hesitation. That's real beauty for your information. I'm beautiful? The question swirled through her head. Say it loud, say it proud, the unicorn said. I'm beautiful! Zozo beamed and galloped about. They twirled and they danced with a shriek and a shout. As day turned to night and the moon rose up above, Zozo now knew what mattered, and it filled her with love. So don't ever think that you aren't enough. You are strong, you are brave, you are kind, you are tough. The end. And you guys out there, don't forget, you are perfect just the way you are. See you next time. Never Let a Unicorn Wear a Tutu. Written and illustrated by Diane Alber. This one's really funny and fun. Let's go.
Today, I overheard my friend say, never let a unicorn wear a tutu. Unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to ask why. Now I have this fantastic tutu for my unicorn, and I'm not sure what to do. This tutu was specifically made for a unicorn. It says so on the tag, so what could go wrong? Unicorn immediately tried it on. First, she danced. Next, she twirled. After that, she pranced. It was great to see her so happy. Then she did something I wasn't expecting. She took off running. Where are you going? I shouted. I soon found her at my shoe rack. Apparently a tutu needs to be accessorized with shoes. I calmly explained to Unicorn that this will be the only time she can borrow my boots. I repeat, the only time. After I got the boots on Unicorn, she wanted me to wear some fancy boots too. At first I was reluctant, but I finally agreed. But then she took off running again. This time she got into my bows. Stop! I yelled. After Unicorn put bows in her mane and tail, she wanted me to wear bows too. And once again, she took off running. Where are you going now? I hollered. No, not the jewelry! I screeched, but it was too late. Necklaces, rings, and bracelets were flying everywhere. After Unicorn layered herself in jewelry, she wanted me to wear jewelry too. But then she took off running again. Unicorn headed right for the kitchen and started tossing cupcakes at me. Miraculously, all the cupcakes landed perfectly on the plate. I thought Unicorn would be ecstatic. I had saved all the cupcakes, but instead, a little teardrop ran down her cheek. She looked so upset. I tried to figure out what happened, but I couldn't understand what Unicorn was trying to say. I started to think, if I were a unicorn with an amazing tutu, fancy boots, sparkling bows, dazzling jewelry, and yummy cupcakes, Why would I be sad? I soon realized that there was one thing missing. I quickly rushed to my closet. I began rummaging through my clothes, and I pulled out a tutu and announced, "Twinsies!" Unicorn jumped for joy. Unicorn made me feel special all day. She included me from the minute she tried on the tutu, the fancy boots, the hair bows, the dazzling jewelry. She even invited me to eat the yummy cupcakes. It all makes sense now. Never let a unicorn wear a tutu unless you're wearing a matching one too. The end.
Never let a princess paint with her unicorn, written and illustrated by Diane Alber. But without further ado, let's go.
I'm not sure if you noticed my dazzling crown, but I am a princess. And I do pretty much everything with my pet unicorn. So when I heard never let a princess paint with her unicorn, I was shocked. Why would anyone say such a thing? My unicorn and I play great together. Why couldn't we paint? If I just put a little paint on a brush to test this theory out, what could go wrong? Well, I'll tell ya. She licked it! Ew! Maybe that's why people think princesses shouldn't paint with their unicorns. Because unicorns will try and lick up all the paint. I had an idea. If I started to paint, she would see how much fun it was and would want to paint too. So I lined up all my paint cans and reminded her, we don't lick paint. But just as I started to paint, she turned around. Why didn't she want to paint with me? Turns out she just had a different way of painting. Every time she dunked her tail in the paint, it splashed more and more. What a mess! I yelled. Soon my dress was drenched in paint, but we were having so much fun. I just had to see what would happen when paint touched her horn. Within seconds, it was raining sparkling splatters. Then I heard a noise down the hall. I was going to be in so much trouble. I peeked my head out the door so my mom couldn't see my dress, and I tried to explain. But before I could say anything, my eyes welled up with tears. There was no use making excuses. I'm so sorry for ruining my new dress. My mom smiled.
Why are you apologizing? I was hoping you would wait until your birthday, but I can see you found your new rainbow unicorn princess dress.
I looked around the room, and there was no paint to be found. Not on the ceiling or the walls. Then I looked down at my dress. It was the most stunning dress I had ever seen. It's hard to tell exactly why people say a princess shouldn't paint with her unicorn. It could be because it's too messy or because they think unicorns can't paint. All I know is sometimes it takes a little mess to make a magnificent masterpiece. The end.
Hello, bookleaguers. Welcome to Bookleague Storytime Adventures. For my next book, I'm going to read Donkeys Can't Take Bubble Baths. Words by Pragya Tomar. Pictures by Ramona McLean. La la.
Hey, unicorn!
Hi, donkey.
What you doing?
I'm taking my beauty bath.
Oh, that looks bubbly.
It's my mega bubblicious unicorn soap.
It smells nice.
Yes, donkey, it's bath soap.
The water's warm.
Yes, it's so relaxing.
I haven't had a bath since the last time it rained.
What? It hasn't rained in a month. Ew. Donkeys can go a month without bathing, but unicorns need to take a bath every day so we can look magical.
Humph. Maybe I could take a dip in your bubblicious bath soap.
Oh, my tub is very small. It won't fit both of us.
I'll just squeeze in a corner. You won't even notice.
This is my beauty bath, my special time, my bubble bath.
Oh, okay. I understand. I'll just go.
Donkey is my friend. Well, I could maybe think about it.
Yippee!
Only after you... rinse yourself.
Oops!
Oh.
Look at me taking a bath between showers. Is that rain? Rain? I didn't need a bath after all.
Donkey!
What's wrong, Unicorn?
I have to get out of this filthy mud water. Oops!
Are you okay, Unicorn? Unicorn? Hee-haw, hee-haw. La la la.
This is a beauty bath in the mud. A mud bath.
Ha ha ha.
Look who's beautiful now.
Hello. It's time for our beauty bath.
Oh, sorry, little friends. The tub is muddy.
What we meant was a mud bath.
Yippee! Hee-haw, hee-haw. The end.
Never Let a Unicorn Make Slime, written and illustrated by Diane Alber. Check out the description for more unicorn books and more Diane Alber books. But I know you're going to love this one, so let's go.
Did I ever tell you how much I love slime? Glow-in-the-dark slime, fluffy slime, butter slime, glitter slime, smelly slime. I love it all. Some would call me the slime expert. That is why I feel like I'm qualified to tell you, never let a unicorn make slime. Let me explain. It all started with a freshly baked plate of sprinkle cookies. As soon as I set the cookies on the table, Unicorn gave me the most adorable pretty please look, begging to have just one cookie. So I figured, why not? What could possibly go wrong? I mean, it's just one cookie, right? At first, nothing happened. Just a happy unicorn munching away. Then I saw a waterfall of drool. But this didn't look like any regular drool. It was rainbow colored and full of glitter. I couldn't help but to touch it. It stretched perfectly, sparkled in all the colors, and made a squishy sound I loved. This was slime! I was having so much fun stretching this gooey goodness that I accidentally knocked over the plate of cookies. Oh no! Unicorn was quick to catch the cookies, gobbling up every one. With each bite, she drooled more. The drool kept coming, stretching across the entire floor like a rainbow slime food. Unicorn was loving it. Sliding around, making slime angels, and rolling through the puddles like it was the best day ever. And me? I was knee-deep in this slimy goop, trying to figure out how to stop her before it filled the house. Then I noticed all the cookies were gone, which meant no more drool. But now Unicorn had a massive tummy ache, which meant I had to clean all this up by myself. Ugh! Cleaning the house took forever. The furniture was a mess. The walls were a mess. The floor was a mess. Everywhere was a mess. After what felt like an eternity, I managed to get the house sparkling clean again. I was feeling pretty proud of myself, too. That wasn't until my mom walked in with cookies! Oh, no. Here's a recipe for sprinkle cookies. Pause the video if you'd like to check it out. But again, don't give any of these cookies to your unicorn because you saw what would happen. And even though we really like slime, our parents don't. Keep slime out the house. My parents always say,